First, police say 3,000 people were detained in Belarus. This after thousands took to the streets in Minsk and other cities in protest after early election results showed Alexander Lukashenko was poised to win by a landslide. Official results say he secured 80% of the vote, securing his sixth term in office. But the opposition claims the vote has been rigged, and Germany's foreign ministry says there have been numerous indications of election fraud. For more, we can go across to France 24's Gulliver Cragg standing by. Gulliver, the leading candidates have spoken today. What have they been saying?
Well, Svetlana Tikhanouskaya, the main opposition candidate, came out of hiding to give a press conference in which she confirmed that her team does not recognise the results of this election. They think that it was rigged, and she said that they would be coming forward with proof of exactly how the fraud was carried out. She also invited Alexander Lukashenko to a dialogue for a peaceful transition of power, as she put it. Unsurprisingly, the longtime Belarusian president completely ignored those calls. Today he was visiting a bioagricultural holding, and he also found time to speak to the head of the observer mission from the Commonwealth of Independent States. That's the Commonwealth of States that were part of the Soviet Union, that emerged from the Soviet Union. That was the only international observer mission that was allowed to observe these elections officially, and it's not regarded really as a very independent or unbiased observer. Lukashenko said that he felt the elections had been a festival of democracy that only some people had tried to spoil. He was referring to the demonstrators last night, and he referred to them as sheep and said that they were being directed by phone calls coming from the Czech Republic, Poland and Great Britain. It's not entirely clear why he singled out those three countries, but clearly he's doubling down on the result and doesn't look like he's preparing to give any quarter.
Do we have more details about what happened last night?
Well, as you said, the Interior Ministry has said that 3,000 people were arrested and said that protests took place in 32 localities. The numbers of injured, I think it's putting at 50, which I think the Belarusian opposition would say is an underestimate. Certainly more and more photos and pieces of video are emerging of people with bloodied faces in various towns around Belarus, and what looks like a pretty brutal police response, and in particular what look like pretty arbitrary arrests where people are being just picked out just for being there by the police. There's a lot of anger in Belarus and a lot of speculation about what might happen tonight. I think that many people who protested last night are preparing to try to do something similar this evening, because they really feel that this election has been unfairly stolen by Alexander Lukashenko, and that this time around they're not going to stand for it.
Thank you very much for that, Gulliver. Gulliver Cragg reporting there from Kiev.